Okay, enough of that. Welcome, conference, and a happy new year to you all. It is indeed a pleasure to stand here tonight, and a massive thank you to all of you for giving up your time and driving to Leicester, giving up your Friday night. So, massive thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, guys. Look. Happy New Year, and what a new year we've got to look forward to. I've made a New Year's resolution, and that's to be on next year's honours list. Let's face it, all I've got to do in my constituency is increase crime, make sure that our streets are unsafe, increase the amount of homelessness, and steal money from motorists. That's all I've got to do. Oh, by the way, a massive congratulations to Mayor Khan for being knighted this week. Give him a clap, yeah? Well, I've none of that language in here. Thank you very much. As you know, the Mayor of London and I are very close friends. And he is living proof that anything is possible in politics. But let's not be too harsh on Labour's useless London Mayor, because he's one of the people that helped me be here tonight in front of you, the People's Army, so I can thank him for that. Yeah. Now, in February last year, I made a few comments about the Mayor of London that got me into bother with the Conservative Party. You probably read about it somewhere. And they took the whip away from me. And I was told I'd got to apologise to London's Mayor Khan. And I told them there's no way I'm going to apologise to that man. He's ruined our capital city. He should be ashamed of himself. And there's no way I would apologise to him. No way. But as soon as the Tory leadership took the whip away from me and took the side of Mayor Khan, I knew there was no way back for me. And I knew that Reform UK was my destiny. So I became Reform UK's first ever MP. You can clap for that. I never envisaged a career in politics. I never thought I'd be a Member of Parliament. Yet in the space of just a few years, I've gone from being Deputy Chairman of the Conservative Party to an MP for Reform UK, and I feel incredibly proud. And actually, for the first time in my brief political career, I feel truly at home with you, the People's Army. So thank you for that. You know what, guys? I feel like I'm part of a truly amazing party that has captured the mood of millions of true patriots across our country. It feels absolutely... Patriots like you in this audience tonight, we're not far-right protesters. We're just decent, hard-working Brits who love our country and want to lead... Yeah. We're just decent, hard-working Brits that want to leave our country in a better state than when we arrived. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, I know there's huge pressure on us 5 MPs as millions of people are looking to us to help take our country back. Who wants the country back? Yeah. Me and all. This is a battle we must win for the heart and soul of our great country. I love my country, and so does Reform UK, which is why we will never apologise for our history, our heritage and our culture. Yeah? And my message is clear. If you do not want to embrace our way of life, our history, our heritage, our culture, and respect our laws, then clear off. You know what, conference? Parliament keeps trying to give our country away, and we must fight back. This useless Labour government wants to take more money from us, from you, and give it to other countries or to people arriving here illegally. Net zero, what a load of rubbish that is. Yes, it's making us all poorer, and it'll make the poorest in society even poorer. Our businesses pay the most expensive electricity prices in the whole world, which is costing livelihoods, it's costing jobs, it's costing businesses. Meanwhile, China is leading the world in renewables and still opening coal-fired power stations. It's absolute madness. In this country, we're closing coal-fired blast furnaces so we can no longer produce virgin steel. It's utter madness. This government, Parliament, is quite happy for us to import steel goods made by fossil fuels from all around the world. The hypocrisy, Conference, is absolutely staggering, and it will bankrupt our country unless we stop this madness. Now, Drax Power Station is a good example of the madness in this country. That's in North Yorkshire. It produces electricity. It used to produce electricity from coal mined at a nearby power station. But then we decided to close the coal mine in our quest for net zero. We're actually importing wood now from North America. We're chopping down trees and turning them into wood pellets, and we're burning them in Drax Power Station. And this is classed as renewable energy. And bear in mind, these wood pellets are transported all over the Atlantic in diesel guzzling cargo ships. And then they're dropped in the UK onto diesel trains, sent to Drax Power Station, and we set fire to them. It's unbelievable. The same time we are chopping trees down, we are told to plant more trees. You could not make this nonsense up. This, guys, it's true. This is costing us as well £2 million a day in subsidies, while our pensioners are freezing to death because they've had their winter fuel allowance stopped by this wicked government. Yeah. It gets worse. Mad Miliband, you know who he is, don't you? This lunatic who represents Doncaster North, I think it is, a lunatic. He thinks it's a good idea to spend over £8 billion on GB Energy. He also thinks it's a good idea to spend £11.6 billion on foreign climate aid. We're at Reform UK, we say no, this is nonsense. It's our money. It's our money. It's your money. This money needs to be spent in this country on our people. Simple as. Illegal migration has spiralled out of control. Over 150,000 illegal migrants have entered our country over the past few years, and most of them are young men. They're not fleeing a war. There's no war in France. And even if they were fleeing a war, then what kind of men would leave women and children behind? I do not want these people, these migrants, in my country. And only Reform UK will end this madness. Yes. Well, look, this useless Labour government are doing the impossible. They're actually making things worse. They really are. Look who we've got running the country at the moment. Free Gear Kia. Or Never Hear Kia. We've got Rachel from Accounts. We know her, don't we? Angela Rayner, the no-brainer. We've got Mad Miliband, that net zero fanatic. And let's not forget our very own mastermind, David Lammy. He's a proper chopper, isn't he? You know what? Here at Reform UK, we've got Nigel Farage, Richard Tice, Rupert Lowe, all successful businessmen and politicians. We've got Zia Youssef and Nick Candy, again, in the back room, all successful businessmen. We've also got now Elon Musk and President... and President Trump as friends of Nigel. All right. But who do Labour have speaking out for them? Carol Vorderman and David Lammy. What a load of rubbish that is. The grooming gang scandal has cast a dark shadow on our country. Thousands of young girls raped and abused in northern towns. We should be ashamed. Councils, police and politicians have turned a blind eye, and every single one of these people should be put behind bars. They should be jailed. Just this week, Labour's... Look, are you going to shut up or just go out? Do you want to come up here and speak? Do you want to come up? Just this week, Labour's Jess Phillips has said no to a public inquiry into child sex abuse in Oldham. And you must ask yourself the question, why? But I think we all know the reason why. It's the same reason the councils, police, social services and politicians have turned a blind eye in the past. Think about it, guys. Young, vulnerable girls from broken homes abused by gangs of men, and Labour refused to hold a public inquiry. They should hang their heads in shame. I could go on and on about this, but have no fear. The Reform UK Rescue Party are here. But let's cast our minds back. Let's cast our minds back to 12 months ago. We had less than 15,000 members, polling around 10%, no money and no MPs. In just 12 months, we've completely turned this around. We now have 165,000 members. We've got 5 MPs. We've got money in the bank. We've got a brilliant new chairman, Jazir Youssef. We've got a brilliant new treasurer, Nick Candy. And we also have the brilliant Dame Andrea Jenkins as our mayoral candidate in Lincolnshire next year. And by the way, Andrea's here tonight and she's got a yellow dress on. You know what that means, don't you? The yellow dress, yeah. We've also got over 1,000 fully vetted candidates for this year's council elections in May. Absolutely phenomenal. And that has all been made possible because of you, the People's Army. So thank you very much. But as our movement grows, so does the opposition to us in the mainstream media. But we don't need the mainstream media, as we've got social media and GB News. You'll know, if anybody turned up to the national conference in Birmingham last year, many of you would have saw that I ripped up my TV licence, the reminder, on stage. Yeah. Have you got one? Well, I've got news for you guys. The bully boys at the BBC have turned up once again. But this time, it's a red letter. It's a red one. They're starting legal action if I don't pay my TV licence. What should I do with it? I can't hear you. Let me tell you this, conference. I hope nobody's filming this. I'm not paying one single penny to pay for the pension of perverts like you, Edwards. How's that grab you? Look, conference, we have a mountain to climb, but we have all the momentum. We have local elections this year, then Scottish and Welsh elections next year. But we must take the fight to every single ballot box in our great country. We, the People's Army, can do this, but we must stick together. Guys, help us sign up new members. Help us raise money. Help us deliver leaflets. Help us on our path to victory. And then you could tell your children and your grandchildren that you were part of a movement that took our country back. Thank you very much.